Hey, what's up? I am Bboy Monkee, formerly Chris Owens, repping Salt Lake City. The crews that I represent are Angel of Death crew, Flavonoids. The breaking scene when I first started out was kind of crazy. I, there wasn't really too many people around. I'm originally from Layton, so Davis County didn't have too big of a b-boy hip hop scene, and so there was only a very few of us who really got down. But it was very limited, very low, and no one really knew what they were doing. People who really stood out to me were like Havakoro crew from Texas. Like that was huge to me. I mean, our first tape we actually got was like B-Boy Moy's tape, and we would just watch him every day, and that was like mind blowing that someone could do everything he was doing at that time period. And so their whole crew was sick, Marlon, Lil Jon, like all of them, Chewy, they were all killing it at the time. And that's around that time I got a chance to like get a sneak peek of like Freestyle Session 6 and then 7. And so after watching that, like certain names, obviously like Reveal, Remind, um, like Dunock was definitely like a huge inspiration. And so just to see all these young cats like killing it at their level was like mad influential. A little bit about the crews I started with. So when I was in Layton, we jokes and strategy, and a bunch of us got together because we were all homies and we always practiced together. Robot and his little younger brother David, and so we all decided, hey, why don't we, put something together and travel out to the Big Salt Lake and see if we can meet other b-boys. And so we started a crew called Herculoids, originally Majestics, but when we all really got said, hey, this is the direction we want to go, it turned into a crew called Herculoids. And so Herculoids moves out and we start competing and battling, and then boom, we run into AOD, who's dominating Salt Lake. And for a couple of years, we were just like head to head with those guys. Like we just really wanted to prove ourselves in the b-boy scene in Salt Lake, and they were the go-to and the crew to beat. And so all our goals were just to beat AOD. And then after a few years of battling with Herculoids, we all kind of went our separate ways because I was in Utah County, half of us were still in Davis County, and so our crew kind of got split. In that time period, I was practicing a lot with Angels of Death, actually, because they were really one of the few crews that were going out from our state and traveling. And so I took that opportunity to like go and battle and see how cats were doing it in Cali, how cats were doing it in Vegas, and all over the place. And so doing that, you just naturally gain a bond with these people, and that's when things kind of stepped up, and I was asked to join AOD, and that was like super cool, and it was super fun. And AOD was very interesting because they were definitely a way more serious crew. They had definitely street cred, I would say. When we would go to like melodrama anniversary or any battles out of state, it was a lot of pressure because you had to uphold that name that these guys from Salt Lake had built. And so I just remember like joining their crew and with Mig and Eric and Pyro and Corey and everybody and Josh, and just thinking like, holy cow, all right, this is like the major leagues. Time to go in. Unfortunately, actually it was like right after I had joined, everybody kind of moved away and kind of started doing their own thing. Life takes over, and that's just it. So I mean, me and Josh definitely got to practice a lot and kick it, but as far as the crew, everybody kind of disbanded again, and so I'm like, damn, that's twice now. And so for a while, I was just doing my own thing. I still repping AOD, but just having fun. And I don't know. After battling in such a serious atmosphere, and and then you have like your first crew, who's like your up and coming. You kind of just want to do something that's more fitted to you. And so what that was for me was, I guess, what would have turned into Flavonoids. Me and Muchacho were entering so many battles together, and we had kind of started just like a two-man group called Mr. Bojangles, and we would just practice together all the time, and just go and battle people in state, out of state. Um, and then, people like Kool-Aid came along, and we started getting down with him, and he had the same type of mindset. Um, and that was dope. And so we're like, well, we don't want to call this, Mr. Bojangles, because that just doesn't fit. That was something a little bit more personal. So it's like, oh, let's figure out a name then. And we came up with Flavonoids. And the whole concept behind Flavonoids is just cats who don't take themselves too seriously and are about the music and have fun. And a lot of people can get caught up in this culture and take it very offensive and take it very seriously, which is, that's what I would say some of the formula is of b-boying, but there is also a connection to the music and a communication that lies between the person you're battling, and we just wanted to kind of exploit that to the fullest, but have fun while you're doing it, because some of the dopest people that I've seen when I was coming up, they killed it at their highest point when they were enjoying it for themselves, and it wasn't just this like, oh, we have to do this gig, or oh, I have to do this exhibition, or I have to do, when it was forced, a lot of people, you could tell that their love for it kind of fell out. And so I wanted something that could keep us motivated, passionate for the next few years while we continue dancing, and that motto, I guess, resonates with Flavonoids. One of the first ones is I had made it to the top of an uprock battle, and I had to battle Robot, and it was crazy for me at that time because we were both Herculoids, and my crew member I had to battle him, and it was like euphoric, because it's like we both like trained so damn hard, like every day, just to get to this point of like, we're the number one, finalists at an uprock battle, and here we are, fighting for, number one spot, battling each other. And so that was like just so dope. I remember thinking back, because it was like I just had so much fun, and it was just like, dude, we made it, like, and we made it together. Like that was crazy. And so like, I don't know if it was as crazy for Robot, but it was a dope battle, super fun, and I think we both just killed it, and it was lovely. The things that were dope back in the day was like just battling people from other like states and cities, and like that era of breaking that I came up in was like it was very organic. Like you had beef with someone, like you called them out, like it was very no games with that, like your crew stepped in, like it was almost like you had to get called out, or you had to call another crew out. Like it was just that immediate. You felt the tension as soon as you went into a jam, and so that was dope. I really liked that aspect of back in the day. The new gen stuff is like today's stuff is really different. It's built on like friendships. Like it's so, everything's so social now. We know each other. We know each other on personal levels, and so when it's like that and everybody's homies, like your tendency is not to like, oh, he's my friend, I don't want to call him out. And so I think that is kind of a detriment in our scene today, is just like the thing that you don't understand in comparison to back then and to now is like, I mean, even within our crew, if we had issues, we'd battle it out, you know, we'd battle those issues out amongst our crew, and so there was still, but we're still friends, you know. We took the same car to practice, but we battled at practice, you know, and so like the same thing existed, but now I think just everyone's so nervous of like where that line's drawn of like friendship and like personal and like breaking, you know, like you can still call out a person pretty hard and it not affect anything else on a personal level. And I think the B-boys now, or the kids now that are just starting, is they kind of get that skewed. It's so black and white for them. It's like, no, if I'm beefing with this person, like I have to take it all the way. It has to be on a personal level too. And it's like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Like there's gray areas. I mean, you know, we take breaks from breaking, and we're normal people, and we have a lot in common. Yeah, I think just on the advice tip is just remember why you got into this, you know what I mean? Like I think a lot of people, everybody gets caught up in like, you know, crew stuff or like traveling or, you know, shows now. All that can really like change your perspective of why you started this, you know. When I first started, I was very fortunate to like have the opportunities to do like, you know, movies and like shows and get on productions and you know, get to some high level battles. But like I always had that personal touch for me, and it was never about making money. It was always about like just dancing and having fun, you know, and I think I stayed definitely true to that. I mean, I definitely had opportunities to go off with other b-boys and, you know, be like the b-boy lifestyle, or, you know, live it up and have that be your career and stuff. And it just was never like that for me. Even when, you know, we're doing the movie stuff, I was like, I really don't think I would like to do that for a long period of time, because it kills the dance for you, you know. Like when I first started, it was an outlet for me because of all the crazy stuff that was going in my life. I needed some way to get all that energy out, and in a positive way, and that's what breaking became for me. And everyone has that thing, you know, that they need it for. And it's the great thing about breaking is it's always there for you, you know. So when, you know, you leave and then you come back a year, or, you know, you go off to training somewhere, and then you come back, it's right there.